today. From M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, Maryland, it's a special New Year's Eve edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Tua Tagovailoa and the Miami Dolphins.
Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today, Week 17 is upon us, and we've got a good one in store here, as it'll be the Miami Dolphins taking on the Baltimore Ravens. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn on this final day of 2023, New Year's Eve. Folks are fine-tuning their resolutions. Fitness clubs ready for that January boon. But these two teams have one more important piece of business to take care of before the calendar turns to 2024.
And I'll be one of those, trying to get it going in January, trying to get my physical fitness on. But first, we've got a game to get on here. Two teams trying to finish strong before they turn the calendar. And on the flight home, I'll be finalizing my resolution list as well.
The Dolphins set to go on offense for the first time behind their 25-year-old quarterback, now in his fourth NFL season, Tua Tagovailoa.
And his stat line last week, that's not going to get him to the Pro Bowl. All right, no touchdowns, no interceptions, but they won. And so the bottom line for him is team won, man.
I thought you were gonna go sleep. Here we go. Do you fart? Sure. So Scotty and Danny is online and they don't even say hi to me. Screw them. I'll play my video game by myself. Tired of being the one that was freaking after
the game effectively. Led him to victory. He's doing all the right things.
Huh?
They start on the ground with Elliott. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. The numbers for Zeke from last week. 14 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And he has 12 touchdowns on the ground this season, so you know he's a big part of their offense. They count on him, not only to score the touchdowns, but now they can play action, fake it to him, throw it out to the wide receivers, get it to other players who can also produce.
Well, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. And look at this Baltimore defense. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Stopping the run, That's been an issue for them all season long. Aren't you glad that you're not coaching the defense right now?
I'm very glad. They said that they've seen it in doses, but very, very small doses.
Yeah, you've got to be consistent. It's down in and down out, being able to play it, understand what you have to get done, and finally stop some people, put them on the ground.
Great way to convert on third down there. 21 yards the play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
In motion, Hill. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. He's across midfield and all the way down to the 41-yard line. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet. The Dolphins at 10-5 to start play. And they come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, Elliott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he's got it down to the 28. Well, this defense for the Ravens, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape, because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott. He'll get it inside the 20, and he gets it all the way down to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens, because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mostert is into the end zone. Touchdown, Miami.
Well, just about an ideal start to this one offensively, because on the road, you want to make sure you quiet the home crowd early. And how do they do it? Nice march to start things off, let the run game find its footing early. That drive certainly checked a lot of boxes, and they finished it off with a touchdown run.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense set to go to work, and it's Lamar Jackson now in his 6th NFL campaign who will lead the way.
And for how good he is throwing the ball, it's his running that makes him so dangerous. He had a couple of touchdowns on the ground in last week's game, so we'll see what they dial up for him for this one.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. From midfield now, here's Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down. I have to imagine many defensive coordinators had a sleepless night trying to game plan ways to slow down Lamar Jackson. What do you think is the most effective way to try to do it?
Well, you've got to be a little counterintuitive because normally you're sitting on the wide receiver one, aren't you? But with Lamar Jackson, I'd sit on the tight end. He loves to throw into the middle of the field, loves that position as his #1 target. Take that away and hope you have a corner who can stand up man-to-man against his speed guy on the perimeter.
They'll try and run for the first with Edwards.
Wrap up.
Still moving. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll go back to Edwards on first down. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it with a first down coming up. Off the option, here's Edwards. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, an 18-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level. Tucker with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. A drive that time of 6 plays, and it was capped off by the touchdown run that came from Lamar Jackson. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him. That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Waddle, the motion man right. And he'll get it here on the touch pass. Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage. On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Elliott. And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Mike McDaniel dialing up the risk here a little bit on 4th down. They're going to go for it. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Jackson. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Jackson from the shotgun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Edwards. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another 1st down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw something away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 40 seconds to go, that's, you'd think, time enough to try to mount a drive should they decide to do so. And this guy could be everywhere. Kyle Hamilton getting there to drop him for a loss.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
This will be caught. It's Waddle. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The Dolphins going to take their 2nd timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter. Second down and a little more than a yard here. Now Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Marcus Williams. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Wow, so wipe out the INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the postgame. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
And now the half not quite over yet. This is a live football on the miss. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
We'll start up at Highmark Stadium, just outside of Buffalo. And it's the Patriots with the lead in that one. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. Devontae Adams with a touchdown reception from Jimmy G.
Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Set and ready to go for the second half. One touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Raven offense set to start this third quarter. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic, no need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down. They go play action now. Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground, how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Here's Edwards again on 2nd down. Able to avoid him at the 40. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. From the gun, Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 19. And they'll send the slot in motion left. Now Jackson taps this forward jet sweep. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. They'll run with Dobbins. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Edwards will take this into the end zone. It's a Ravens touchdown. Hard to argue with that being their best drive of the game so far as they use the running game to get them into the end zone.
Couldn't agree more, partner. Prior to that drive, they sputtered a little bit, but it looks like they found the formula. I would expect them to go back to that more and more as this game develops.
Tucker now for the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was polished off by the Gus Edwards touchdown run. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. In motion left is Wilson. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Room here to run. And running with power here. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one good for 26 and a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4. Up the middle. Here's Elliott. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5. Good enough for the first down. And Wilson in motion left. Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And a great read by the secondary. They come up to stop that touch pass before it can even get back to the line. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The offense on 3rd down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to pass. Tua. Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Kyle Hamilton picks it, and the Ravens are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. At fourth down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes it for in the second quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Fights loose. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 49 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. On the option right is Jackson. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Down to the 10. Now this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they force the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the question, can they turn that interception into points? A tie game for the moment in the fourth quarter. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start with a handoff to Dobbins. And he's taken down, able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. And they run with Edwards off the option. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Off the option, here's Edwards. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up, pow! Knocked him for a loss.
On second down, here's Jackson. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
A big play needed, no doubt. 3rd and long. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage.
No surprise to see him running again here. It's something he's done throughout this season. And that run puts him over 500 yards on the ground for the year. He's got to be thinking to himself, if I'm already at 500, what's to stop me from going for 1,000?
The Ravens send their punter out now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. Here's 1st and 10. Now Tua. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. Throwing Tua. Inside give to Elliott. And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Clock's under a minute. Still plenty of time, partner. They have all 3 timeout.
That means they have plenty of options in their play calling and where they target on the field. They can throw it downfield, maybe even in the middle, and use their timeouts.
Here comes 2nd down and 5. Here's Tua. And he can't hang on to it, and the screen never got started. Well, this crowd doing their best to make a lot of racket. It's 3rd and 5. Now Tua signaling to change things up. Tua. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Well, the defense certainly did its job. They held up in that situation, and now 4th down, you've got to punt this and try to get to overtime. There's no decision to be made in my estimation.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And Charles, obviously not much time left. I'm curious to see if there's enough for them to get into field goal range and try to win this thing.
And partner, you and I both know the safe calls to kneel and just take it into overtime. But it's also very tough to pass up a chance to win it right now as well. But remember, if you do attempt that, it's got to be a big play downfield and still leave yourself enough time to get your field goal unit out there and kick for the win.
Dalvin's with it. And he'll be taken down as that'll net him only about a gain of 9. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. Connects with Duvernay. And he's going to have a 1st down, but he's tackled inbounds up near midfield. So 4 quarters wasn't enough, and we are off to overtime. Don't change that dime. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick 6 or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. And no return here to begin the overtime session. That'll be a touchback. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And everyone knows the OT rules, Charles, but pretty simple formula. They go down and get a field goal, we continue play, but if they can find the end zone on this possession, ball game over.
And as meticulously as all teams plan for a game, I don't doubt for a second on that offense coordinator's play sheet, he's got some overtime plays that he wants to run. I know it sounds crazy, but they plan for everything. 1st and 10 all the way throughout the game, 2nd and 7, whatever. Right now, he's looking at that play sheet saying, if we get to overtime, what can we break out that they haven't seen?
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. You call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
First throw in overtime now for Jackson. And that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So holding there on the return, and that'll back him up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
A give to Elliott running left. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Next score wins, but remember, this will be a tie if the period ends with no scoring as they work on second down. Now Tua just going to bat this forward on the end around. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. Two minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. An easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. The Dolphins will send out the punter now. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Pulled in at the 24. That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. And I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Here's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Edwards. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. The defense does its job. Now they're going to get the ball here in overtime with a chance to win it.
Major league kudos to them, because to get the ball back in this spot, everything was on them. It had to happen, and they pulled it off. They'll get it back for their offense with a chance to win.
And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 34 yards on the return, but for a moment looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. A first down carry by Elliott. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. And play will be stopped here with 10 seconds remaining in overtime as they've called a timeout. So it all rests now on the right foot of Jason Sanders. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they head to the sidelines, we'll head to this break on EA Sports. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This to win it in overtime. I don't think this will even, nope, it doesn't even get there. Well short, and we will play on here in overtime.
Oh, that's so deflating, Brandon, because you know he was thinking to himself, just give me a shot. Just put us in a position to win the game, and I'll get it done. But this kick, not on target, and we'll keep going here.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
2nd and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Oh, that's deep for Duvernay. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
Drama, drama, drama. We saw all of it in this one. Overtime, all the way to the end of OT. The long field goal shot to win it, but they couldn't convert.
And because it's the regular season, we don't play more bonus football. We don't go to another period. It ended right there. You get one in overtime to get it done. Look, let's face it. That field goal attempt was a long shot to begin with. No pun intended, or maybe pun intended. But it doesn't go through, and it ends in a tie.
So for our